Okay, everyone, now this time, welcome to the Morning Cup. Holy shit! This has been a rough day. I just did a 5-minute rant and the mic wasn't working. Oh my God! Will this day get better or worse? Who knows? Who knows?
Hopefully it gets better.
So anyway, just a real quick recap for everybody since you missed the rant. I am aware that the live stream has some stutter and some issues. We'd like to say thank you to Mediacom. I won't flip them off again like I did earlier. That's a retake. The VOD won't even show it. It's only going to show with the mic on. Thank God that I can fix the VODs. Mediacom is aware of the issue. They're trying to track it down. But in the meantime, I'm just kind of screwed and have to deal with the fact that Mediacom hasn't got their shit together yet. Thank you, Mediacom. I am the squeaky wheel. I am calling them every day. I have got screenshots. I've got literally a file of over 100 screenshots of multiple times each day for the last 2 months where my upload speeds are below half of what I pay for. And I'm going to go to Mediacom and say, you owe me a few months of service or money. We bought that new modem. We thought the new modem would solve the problem. Guess what? The new modem didn't solve the problem. Mediacom sent us a new modem. They sent me, by the way, a brand new modem. I love this. Sent me a brand new modem. And I discovered something. Technicolor, the Technicolor modem they sent me, is actually an Eris. It's just Technicolor rebrands it. So it's a good modem. I'm excited about this. It's a good modem. It can be just fine. So
that's who we have is an Eris modem.
And why is this not showing me? It's not showing me people. It's just showing little icons. I want to show me people. Is there a way to make it show me people? Yes, there. Okay, there. Now you can see the people's names. So I got an Eris modem, really. Eris, by the way, is the old Motorola division that broke off. And great modems, really well-made modems. Well, I bought a new modem thinking it's going to give me better functionality, right? I bought one that's got a router built in. It'll give me better control. It'll let me do things better. But I found out that was false. Okay, so what Mediacom does is they don't let you into the modem. But when I got the modem, before Mediacom provisioned it, I was able to get into the modem's control panel. And it still doesn't give any functionality. So at the end of the day, I'm going to return my personal modem. Because like I said, it's $150 for this modem. It's no better than the modem they give me for $3 a month. And what the hell? You know what I'm saying? There's just no point. There's no point in messing with it. But the upload issue, they're working on it. They're looking at it. In the meantime, we'll muscle through it on the streams because it gets better, then it gets worse, then it gets better. And yeah, screw you, Mediacom. But the VOD is recorded locally. So if you miss something, if you want to go back and see something of the stream we did, you can when it gets up to YouTube later today. You can go back and do that. I didn't intend for this to ever be a recorded show. But if you want to join us, again, if somebody will post the Discord link for me, Kat, I'd appreciate it. Come over to Discord. Join us for the live conversation. It doesn't stutter here. All right. Let's start the Stellaris gameplay.
Hal's already done it.
Ooh, thank you, Hal. Hal is usually evil and wants to destroy us all. But, okay, we are going to load the Nihar Cartel. The race you guys helped me create. This is all your fault. So, we paused the game here because we wanted to start this with you guys from scratch. We're going to take the science. It's already set up to do its thing. And we're going to unpause the game and let it begin. How is everybody this morning? Kat, It's nice to see you up and moving so early.
Yeah, I
Did you
got
get
an appointment later.
did you get a good night's sleep?
Yes, I did.
I am glad to hear that. I'm sorry, everyone, that I didn't stream last night. I've got a few work projects that got laid in my lap, and by the time it came time to stream, quite frankly, I was in a lousy mood and didn't want to. I'm sorry, it's that simple.
Well, you should have just come and joined us on with Big Daddy.
You know what I did? I sat down and I turned on Babylon 5. Yeah, I know everybody's. It's a commercial for Babylon 5. I'm going through the series. I turned on Babylon 5. I watched a couple episodes and I went to bed.
No, Big Daddy started
Terry Bear! Terry Bear's awake and alive.
a game.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm kind of frustrated with us with 7 Days to Die right now because we don't have a real server.
It'll be taken care of today.
Oh, we finally got the funds up?
Yeah, we're
Awesome.
we're gonna take care of that today. We couldn't do it through they won't do it through PayPal. It has to be done on credit card.
I understand that. I do understand that. PayPal is less likely to be recurring. We're paying for a year though. I'm surprised they're not just going to go ahead and let it go through on PayPal, but just you transport down to the bank account, pay the credit card off.
Yep.
It is what it is. All right, we're going to send our construction ship is already out there working.
Yeah, that's the sad part of PayPal. You can easily just order a lot of expensive stuff and then charge them back easily without any punishment or anything.
Yeah, PayPal's got some flaws. Well, every system has some flaws in one way or another. There's no simple way to do it. So it's Terry Bear is awake and alive. Well,
Nice.
I hope so. Otherwise, you're a zombie, and we've got to get an axe and deal with you. But yeah, that's kind of my frustration with 7 Days to Die right now is we don't have a real server, and so trying to connect 7 Days to Die does a pretty decent job of allowing multiplayer with an individual hosting. If you do 2, maybe 3 friends, but once you get above that number, it dies. You've got to have some serious bandwidth, and I don't think even my bandwidth when I hosted it. I don't know what your guys' bandwidth. I know Big Daddy hosted for a little bit.
Anomaly found.
I don't know if you guys even had enough bandwidth to do it properly.
We actually didn't have too many problems. We fell through the map a couple times, but otherwise, it's
Well,
straightened right up.
see, that's a problem. The falling through the map is a timing issue that's resulting from lag.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Vaughn, how's it going, brother? Long time no talk to.
Yeah, I've been away trying to get this sickness away from myself. You know, get healthy and all that.
Lord Martius is in the chat. Thank you, Lord Martius, my liege. Tolmac has joined us. Hey,
Yeah, it's on Mac.
Whip says he's coming.
Whip is on the way. Holy cow, we're gonna get the crew in here. We're gonna have a
we
party.
need to get some heavy tech heads in here because there's a lot of stuff going on. You guys looking at GDR6?
No, I haven't. You know what? Until it hits the consumer market, to me it's another, let's whack off moment. Hype is too much for this crap. Until we
System
actually have it
survey
in the
complete.
market, it's kind of irrelevant.
And not just there, but also at a reasonable price.
Right.
That's the thing right there.
Just remember how GDDR5X came to market. What a mess.
What I'm going to do is this race is wormhole based, so I can jump. As you can see, I've got a huge distance I can jump in the map. So I'm going to jump to the outer edges for system surveys. because these planets, if they're habitable, will give me the best chance to really expand.
What did you mean by that, Vaughn? I mean, how DDR5X came to market? What was your point on that?
What was GDDR5X? I think he's talking about. Isn't it? Was that what you meant, Vaughn?
Vaughn?
Yes. How it came to market? Well, it came in limited supply, and the main buyer was Nvidia, which dried up so quickly that, well, where was the supply? That was the main issue.
Well,
Even the supply situation is something I think is been manipulated. Like they're talking about now, besides SSDs predicting they're going to go up in price, they're talking about system RAM going up in price, and they're saying even DDR3, they're talking about raising the prices of that, and that is currently about equal to the price of DDR4. So, I mean, I believe that it's this is a manipulation. I mean, since everything uses it, the same reasons they say that it's going to be be raising prices because of short supply. How can you be in short supply when you have to produce it for everything?
Well, I think the reason you're seeing some of the supply limitations you're seeing have to do with not how it's used, but how it's produced. A lot of the companies that were producing DDR3 are switching to DDR4. And because of that, the amount of production of 3 has really dropped. And with that drop in production, supplies are going to drop. It's a forced move, is what it is. It's a forced move by Intel, and let's face it, by AMD, that instead of continuing with the older existing technology, they're forcing the move. One of the things I'm not happy about that AMD introduced with Ryzen, that I really thought they were going to hold out for. Look how long AMD kept their, and I'm going to let the game pause there for a minute while I finish this thought. They kept the same form factor for cooler through, because you didn't need a more advanced cooler, you just need a way to attach it with Intel. But Intel changes the form factor every motherboard. But, well, almost. They stopped for a little bit and then started again. But they changed the form factor. I was hoping they were going to maintain the form factor for the cooler. And they've changed the mounting points. So it's kind of, you're forced to go get a new cooler or to get a cooler adapter kit to be able to make the change, or to get a new motherboard. This is something we've seen in the CPU world for a long time, where a new chip comes out and it's a completely new motherboard design, and everything gets changed. So it's the same thing with this.
Yeah,
with
there's
the RAM.
no reason why the socket should change.
Well, yes and no. It depends on the way the pinouts have to work for the chip. But you would think you could design around that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm saying where, you have to, you could. I mean, they're forcing it so that you have to buy another motherboard, where that's that shouldn't always be the case. But and back to the RAM situation, I mean, okay, so I'll accept what you're saying as far as DDR3 production and DDR4 production, but doesn't explain why SSDs have to rise in price, which was the first thing that was announced.
Well, flash controllers that are used in both, either you're manufacturing.
Well, the NAND is often used in both. So it's, you got a lot of crossover. And again, you've got a crossover in manufacturing. The people that are manufacturing the memory NAND also manufacture, and that's the actual chip, guys, for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, the actual little chip that's on the board. The guys that produce it also produce the stuff for SSDs. And
right, which is why I don't, that's where I think that the argument breaks down, because I mean, since all of this stuff is used in everything from cell phones to, I mean, just about all of these devices, right? You really want us to believe that they cannot keep pace with the demand? There's going to be supply shortages.
Absolutely.
I just don't buy
No, you're wrong here. Let me explain why you're wrong. Okay, first, there are not a lot of factories. I'm amazed now that I'm on this side and I know what I know. I'm amazed how few factories there are that produce these chips, and it's just incredible to me that there are so few factories. And so what happens is factory A gets an order to produce NAND for SSDs. They take about a month off to retool the entire assembly line to make the product. They make the product. They do a production run. But then they've got instructions to produce a GPU. So they take a month off, redo the line again, produce the GPU. Now, in the meantime, if the NAND for the SSDs are selling really hot, that supply is beginning to fall. But they've still got a stack of orders ahead of that SSD NAND. So by the time they come back around to it, it's possible for the supply to fall. It depends on the level of the demand.
And yet you have companies that previously were not in the market are now entering the market.
Yes,
why would they do that if there was a problem with supply?
Because there's a demand.
Right, but what I'm saying, what I'm saying is I think that this supply thing is artificial. I think it's.
Well, I don't disagree that it's probably partially. I don't disagree it's probably oil's manipulated.
Yeah, I mean
everything that's a commodity is to some level or another manipulated. By the way, guys, we know about the stutter and stream. We can't do anything about it. This is a Mediacom issue. We're going to fight through it. It gets cleared up and then it comes back. If you want to stay up with this, because I notice sometimes the voice carries better than the video does. If you want to stay up with this, come join us on the live chat on Discord. The VOD will not have the stutter. It will be clean. Any commodity is manipulated, and chips today are a commodity. And so there is a level of manipulation, but there's also a level of reality to the supply issue.
There aren't many factories manufacturing
we need
these
more
at one
factories.
point. So, China is making some factories for NAND. So, expect a glut if they overproduce. And that's going to be equally bad.
That'll be equally bad, because then they'll actually create limitations on supply to get the price back up.
A lot of the problems today is some of the NAND manufacturers, a lot of them are moving to 3D NAND. So a lot of the new factories that places like Toshiba, Western Digital, SanDisk have made recently have been dedicated to this new NAND, which they just haven't got working yet.
Right. Well, and you look at like the Intel announcement. People think, oh wow, Intel's building a new factory. That means production's going to go up, right? Intel's factories are very specialized. They literally just do stuff specifically for Intel. They don't farm them out. You think AMD's got a factory here in the U.S. Well, sort of. They actually lease it. They used to own it. But Global Foundries, again, is very specialized in what they do. The general NAND production is not as widespread. It's growing. It's going to grow. But again, you need a few years to build the factories. This is kind of like we faced this problem in the U.S. for a while. with limitations on the number of oil refineries we had. That actually caused a small gas shortage because we just didn't have oil refineries. We couldn't refine gasoline fast enough to get it into the supply chain. Now, this has since been fixed. A couple of new refineries came online. The problem was solved. But remember when we had that big refinery fire in Texas? That caused a pretty significant price jump because there's still so few refineries that even losing one for a few months is a huge supply issue. And this is what we're facing with the NAND production. I'm not saying there isn't a little bit of artificial manipulation. There is. It's a commodity. But I don't think the majority of it is artificial manipulation. DDR3, our logic would be, you know what? It's old technology. It should be cheaper, right? Well, it's not a matter of old technology. It's a matter of supply and demand. There are millions, and that's probably a short estimate, millions of computers out there right now that use DDR3 still. And they want upgrades or they're going to need replacements. But the manufacturing process, because of the demand by the new products, has shifted to DDR4, reducing the number of places making DDR3. This results in shortages, which results in price hikes, which results in exactly what we're seeing. DDR3 prices are not coming down. They're starting to go up because the demand is still there. Now, that's where it gets weird, because that demand will actually push people to DDR4. Now,
well, it's pushing me. I'm pulling the trigger on DDR4 now.
Well, I will when I get a Zen.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think that once Zen is released, they're gonna start whacking the prices, because now the demand has been created by the new AM4 motherboards. So it's like I figure I might as well buy it now. It's the same price as DDR3.
Well, it might not be a bad idea to buy it now and to prepare, especially if you know you got a couple of systems coming forward. I've still got enough. Well, I've got DDR3 RAM sitting in a box.
Well, that's the problem. I would be using the DDR3 that I existingly I have. Well, at least one stick is going into one build, but the other two sticks, I can't. They haven't dropped the price on the Intel processors. I told you this before about the 4790K.
Right.
Ridiculous. I mean, $10 difference between that and the latest Intel chip.
It makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense. But again, look at the performance difference. This is why they're not dropping the price. They don't have to. They've got a huge customer base that's built into 1150, 1151.
Oh, they're brainwashed. I mean, there's some guy supposed to be a tech guru over on this other Discord for Arma, and he's talking about how he just pulled the trigger on a 7700K. I'm like, dude, if you just waited another month, the price would have went down. Why are you suggesting this?
Well, that's the whole point. People rush. I get asked all the time, when should I upgrade? And my response is really simple: when you need to. This is a problem. Let me go through this real quick, because I just had an event in game and I've been holding on this. I stalled this. I know the stream's having issues. We're working on it. We're getting this fixed as fast as we can. This is at my ISP. I can't control this. They know about the issue. I don't know what to tell you guys. Join us in live chat. Type messages. The VOD will not have these issues. So here it is. Mass extinction. Our first stumbling steps into the void beyond Hydax was not motivated, and I've never seen this event, solely by curiosity or a desire to conquer the unknown or a need to leave our mark on the galaxy. The biosphere of Hydax is undergoing rapid changes in the past few centuries, and prominent scientists warn that Hydax may be faced with the beginnings of a mass extinction event. That cyclical, you can't believe I talk for a living sometimes. Purging of life that is inseparable from planetary extinction in the greater cosmos. A research plan has been put together to study a number of planets rendered uninhabitable by major astronomical incidents or planet-bound catastrophes. We hope by reconstructing these events, a similar fate can be avoided. It falls to you as the executive of the Nirhar cartel to ensure that this expedition is carried out. So I just got
Situation
a
log
whole new
updated.
mission in the situation log. And so what it does is this gives me a number of broken planets. And it wants me to, and let me see, there's that. What am I working on? That can work.
You're
No,
offline.
it can't. So I can zoom back out on the map.
Just refresh.
Yeah, refresh and it should come back up.
I did wanted to add something to the earlier conversation of when to upgrade. My conversation with someone yesterday, I posted the screen cap in the tech one. Tech talk. She got 6700K with, let's see, an Asus ROG Formula 8 for half off. It would have been 850. She got it for half. She got it for half of that.
Okay.
And to be honest, that, and she used to have a 6-year-old system, so for that amount and looking at Kaby Lake and all that, it was, and everything, I think it was worth it for her.
Well, a 6-year-old system is a little easier to justify an upgrade cost. It's these people that think they've got to upgrade every 30 days. It's like, oh my God, a brand new processor's come out. Quick, I gotta go buy a new motherboard and upgrade this because I don't have any brain cells, but I've got a wallet with a credit card. It's a bad philosophy. The best upgrades are ones that actually give you a real change in the experience. For example, for a long time, the best upgrade you could do to your computer wasn't the CPU, it wasn't the RAM, it was adding an SSD.
Still is, in my opinion.
It completely alters the usage experience of the computer.
Well, I mean, what I was saying though was not, about a person's need to upgrade. I'm talking about doing it now when there's an imminent release of a new processor, which is going to. It has. I mean, there's no way that Intel can hold pricing the way they have when the AM4 chips come.
I think he got problem with the mini host.
Yeah, I'm fixing it right now. I have to unhost. I just told it to unhost.
I'm not sure if you can hear me, but for some reason,
Hello.
I'm not able
There you
to
are.
hear
Yeah, I fixed you.
to try disconnecting and reconnecting to Discord.
We can hear you loud and clear now.
Okay, there's that. Now let's see if we've got this. Man, my upload speeds must really suck right now.
If I could give you half of my internet speed, I would.
Oh my God, these upload speeds are atrocious right now. This is terrible.
It would really give you some breathing room if I could share it.
Hey guys, are we going to talk about the stream every 5 minutes?
Well, yeah. Okay, so anyway, I get what you're saying, Ungari, but it's also, remember, it's going to go the other way. So unless you need to upgrade imminently, it might not be that big a deal. So you rush out, you get the upgrade now, and you get everything in place. Or if you're running a good DDR3 system that's got the features you already want, and everything's in good shape, and everything runs
we're
great.
not talking about the need to upgrade. What we're talking about is basically like this guy is pulling the trigger on a CPU now with an upcoming release.
He should wait. He should wait. I agree with you.
Yeah, that was I don't know how we got onto the whole thing about need for upgrade. That was just a complete.
There's no sense
Anomaly
in pulling
found.
the trigger and jumping like this. People, but again, you've got all sorts of people that think they've got to jump the minute something becomes available. And
try to be smart about it. Don't just throw away your money.
But the sad part is you've got enthusiast websites that tell you to throw away your money.
Well, I think part of what this motivation was, like, from reading the context of it, and this is what I'm finding in a lot of people that have been,
we need to do a
about
demonstration. A demonstration about those.
Yeah, we got there's some stuff happening on the on the stream that's funny as hell to watch.
Yeah, every time I speak, I hear something about the stream. Like, fuck the stream.
Well, that's kind of why
we're having problems with the stream continuously. It's what's happening. That's all.
No. It's the funny thing is what's happening. That's funny is the auto host keeps kicking in because the stream isn't acknowledging that it's there.
All right, guys.
So anyway, though, well, yeah, but we've already covered the point you were making. This guy's saying he's going to go pull the trigger now.
If they can't wait, sure.
Okay,
go for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's his money, his choice. Go ahead and go for it. It's not that big a deal.
System survey complete.
I mean, personally, I'll wait for the second refresh of Ryzen to jump in, if that's fine.
Well, I'm not even sure. Well, the only reason I'm going to jump into Ryzen right out of the gate is to build a demo system with an AMD solution in it. That's the only reason I'm going to do it. And again, it's because AMD's sending me the stuff to do it. If they weren't going to send me the stuff to do it, I wouldn't do it.
Construction complete.
Personal testing and all that.
I'm sorry he got frustrated with this. I mean, he does understand this is a stream show, right? So the stream is kind of important.
Well, each have their own priorities.
At this point, we're probably going to be doing a very short stream, because if by 9 o'clock this hasn't cleared up,
situation log updated.
If this hasn't cleared up by 9 o'clock, I'm just probably going to call the stream for the day, because there's no point in fighting the frustration of this.
I'll quickly check the actual price of the earlier mentioned combo of 67.
Poor Paradox. You know what's really funny is Paradox is actually playing Stellaris right now, and they're on auto host. So I'll let you guys enjoy their Stellaris to watch. Oh my God. Thank God the VOD's going to be going up. It doesn't show anything but a little bit of this. And to those of you that are watching the VOD, I'm sorry for the short stream. This has just been a real pain in the ass morning. It's one of those days. But again, I do this for fun. I don't do this because I get paid. I don't do this. I don't get any money for this. Yes, we've got a donation option, but the donation option is there for me to get game codes and do giveaways with. And I can't do a giveaway right now because I don't know how many people are in channel. You know what? I'm going to try something here. I can do something here right now. I hope. I'm scared to do it. I'm wondering if I stop stream, if it'll stop the recording. I'm scared. What do you think? I think we muscle through. We see if we can get through the first. See if this clears up the
Evading
next hour or
hostile
so.
fleet.
Okay, so he's
Alright.
still there. He is 660 something. Okay. So I'm not prepared to fight him just yet. So I'll send my science ship out to here to survey the system. Oh, do we have any other topics we really want to get into? By the way, Tuesday when we did the stream, I ranted about the websites that claim to be tech, and they had no clue about their market. They had no understanding. Somebody had asked, are those sponsored news sites? Because Microsoft does sponsor some news sites. By the way, if you use Microsoft's news app, and I can't recommend enough, don't. Okay? Because they hide commercials in the middle of the shit. But if you use the Microsoft app, look at the bottom, and they'll say if it's sponsored. If it's a sponsored link, don't go to it. It's an infomercial, it's full of shit. None of those I listed are sponsored. None. Those are, according to Microsoft, legit news sites about PC gaming. Go figure that. So anyway, yeah, take stuff like that with a grain of salt. Even other sites. There's a site. I'll leave this nameless. I'm going to be polite and not hammer somebody today. This site whose emphasis is on PC gaming. That's all I'll say. Posted an article on building a silent PC. I thought that'd be kind of a cool read, right? No. The reason it wasn't a cool read was because, well, it wasn't a bad read, but it was a read that really didn't touch on topics to me that made any sense. It was kind of like, here are the parts, and here is a build, and we're claiming we're going to do silent, but we're not going to tell you how we're going to make it silent. It even went further. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. So when you hook up a radiator, or even a heatsink for that matter, there are two different orientations you can put a fan. You can put a fan to push, which is to force air through the radiator, or you can configure your fan to pull, which pulls air through the radiator. You always want to push. The reason you want to push is a fan can't build pressure pulling. It doesn't work. You don't build pressure pulling. You build pressure, the back pressure pushing is how it builds. Yet for some reason they configured this fan to pull air through the radiator. And I just don't understand that. I don't understand how anyone who's got any experience with building a PC would do that, except for aesthetic purposes, I guess. But in this particular case that they chose, that was irrelevant. I don't know. I don't understand people sometimes in this industry. I really don't.
Indeed.
It's just the way things are.
The closest thing to the equivalent of going into, well, sorry, I'm rambling. Linus did try out that massive heatsink that's technically still experimental by a Belgian company.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's an interesting way of doing fanless and completely silent.
Well, yeah, you basically turn the case into a heatsink.
Yeah, one foot of the case being
I always got
one massive radiator.
I always got a kick out of that. People were like, well, you need an aluminum case. Why? Now, I got nothing against aluminum cases. They're really well-made cases. But you need an aluminum case. Why? Because an aluminum case dissipates heat better. That's the single dumbest thing I've ever heard. Because you're not connected to the heat source. Okay, yes, the ambient temperature will help dissipate a little faster with an aluminum case. I do get that. I understand that. But, here comes the but of this. It's not going to make drastic results. It's going to have a very minor impact. You might lower the ambient temperature by maybe a degree centigrade, maybe. You get more effective reduction of ambient temperature with good airflow. So then the question is, well, why would you buy an aluminum case? Well, you'd buy an aluminum case because they're lightweight. And companies that make aluminum cases tend to make better quality cases. Case Labs, Lee & Lee, there's a couple of other boutique companies that do all aluminum in their construction. And they just tend to be, Inwin does some that are all aluminum. They just tend to be the higher quality builds when they're made this way. Because if you made it out of aluminum and made it the way they made steel cases, it would be like crushing a Coke can that's empty. It would be simple. You got to make the aluminum thick. You got to make it heavy. Well, not heavy, but solid. And it costs more money. It's more expensive to do it. I don't disagree with buying aluminum cases. If I've got my druthers, all my personal cases are Case Labs. And yeah, I know I'm paying $150.
Anomaly found.
And $150, by the way, is an inexpensive Case Labs. But I'm paying for it. But the reason I'm happy to pay for it is the quality of construction is outstanding. And these cases are going to hold up for 5, 6, 7 builds. They're not going to fall apart.
Also, you get replacement parts easy.
I love that. So Lisa's got I'm going to leave the name of the company out of it because they've done okay by us. Lisa's got a gaming chair. One of those $500 Brondanagian car seats from Sportsters that were built, right? She's got a gaming chair. Comes with an outstanding warranty.
Research complete.
And it's 3 years old. Now, my wife is not a small woman. I've got to watch how I say this because I don't want to die. My wife is not a small woman, but she's not ridiculously large, and the chair was designed for me. I'm really big. Cool. That's cool that we found that. All right. The chair was designed for me. And at the end of just short of 2.5 years, the base, which is an aluminum constructed cast base, broke. Now, I'm not talking it bent and didn't work right. I'm talking one of the legs snapped off from sitting down on the chair. That's obviously poor metal quality. It doesn't work that way. There was no bend. It was a snap. So it was poor metal quality. It was metal fatigue. It was dead. Contacted the company, and they were real quick to get me a replacement part for it, and everything's fine. Well, she had a second issue. The arms, the base of the arm where it attaches to the chair, because she's constantly doing stuff with her arms, has created a wobble in the screw holes. So it's opened them up a little bit. So they're not going to warranty this because it's already out of warranty. They're not going to warranty it. That's fine. I went to look for replacement parts. Do you know they want $100 for an arm?
What?
A plastic arm of a chair. They want $100 for.
There's no plastic that costs that much.
There's no way on earth that arm costs that much. Okay, so Doug and I are looking at an alternative. We're going to, and by the way, in game, what we're doing right now, and you guys will see this if you watch the VOD, we're gently expanding as we come out. Our thing for the planet dying is going to be a problem. We don't have wormholes to extend this far out yet. We will, but that's going to take a little bit. So we've got to do some other things, like look at the 2 planets close by for quicker colonization then. So what we're going to do is we're going to use oversized self-tapping screws and reattach the arm and fix it that way for now. My wife has said if the arm can't be fixed, just take them off. She's fine without them. But it's crazy that that's the price they want for the arm. But if I go to Case Labs and I want a new all aluminum side panel, it's $20. It's nuts. So, all right, I want to continue with the farther out systems to look at here and see. Now, for everybody watching the VOD, and the reason I'm going to say watching the VOD is because the live stream has, well, it's died. Okay, and we're getting ready to actually end the stream in about another 9 minutes. Not because I don't love you and want to hang out, but because the stream, the live experience, is part of what we try to strive for with this, and if it's not going to happen, it kind of defeats the purpose of being here. It's just really frustrating to have this. So in the game, what we're doing right now is we're dealing with what's called a wormhole drive. Now, the wormhole drive it's really interesting. In our primary system, there is a device called a wormhole generator. And this creates an interdimensional tunnel between 2 points in space. And your ships carry a device to activate that generator. If that generator is within range, it can be activated across light years. Their little generators can work because the big one will end up carrying the load. Because evidently they can only make a little bitty wormhole with their little generators, and that big generator makes it big enough for ships to travel through. So when you see the system like this, what you're seeing is the green area is my area of direct influence governmentally. The yellow area is the range of the wormhole generators that we currently have. Now I can come down here to this system here, this Asterope or whatever, and I can build a wormhole generator there, and that will expand my range from there downward. So that's how you have to do this. You kind of have to go to systems and then build generators to expand. I like that approach. I think that approach is really cool for the game. I've got my 3 scientists just all leveled up. And I was going to work on, there's another project I can work on. I like how my aliens all have different colors. That's kind of cool. I have another project I was going to work on, but I'm getting close to the colony ship. And remember, I got a thing that said, my planet's facing an extinction level event. I need to get colonies going. So far, so good. We're making some headway here. I'm exploring, though, outside the area of influence. I can't mine and stuff until it's in the area of influence. I'm exploring outside the area of influence. I'm looking for habitable planets. Because a habitable planet will allow me to expand the area of influence and not have to use up my influence points. If I build an outpost, I use influence points 1 per month to maintain the outpost. We don't want to do that. We want to save the influence points for big things. So we want to expand by planets first. And I may have to build an outpost, though, and expand my my wormhole capabilities.
I'll take my leave. Take care. Goodbye.
See ya. We got about 6 more minutes, and we're going to be logging off of this. Because, well, if we haven't got the live stream, it was
System survey complete.
But we still got the VOD for those of you that are that are going to go watch it. Thank you. It's only going to be a quick little hour VOD today. Sorry about that. But again, it's not like I make money doing this. I do this because it's fun, and it's no fun if we're not getting the live stream. You know what? I'm curious while we're sitting here waiting on that movement. Let's find out what our upload speeds are here for this. Let's go ahead and have our FEB. So I'm going to test my ingress server is Chicago, and that's where I'm going to test to is Chicago. And we're going to begin the test and see what happens here.
Yeah, I'm wondering if your internet provider is purposely
Well, I've talked to them, and give it a moment here because my voice connection just tweaked like hell.
Yeah, it did for a moment there.
Hold on a second. I'm going to see if it stops when the test stops. Oh, this is bad. Okay, this is why I'm having issues. My upload speed is 0.6 megabits per second.
Oh,
Oh,
That's bad.
oh my God. Oh my God.
So I was saying, I'm wondering if your company, the internet company, is capping your
No.
speed for some reason.
I've contacted the internet company, and this is not just happening to me. This is happening to. They have
Research
seen
complete.
quite a few people in my neighborhood that have seen this issue, in my town that have seen this issue. It's across multiple nodes in this town. And what will happen is my download speeds are fantastic. I'm getting 260 megabits per second down from Chicago right now. But I'm only getting like 0.2, 0.3 up. And I'm supposed to be getting 20. They are aware of the issue. The problem they're having is they've got to track it. They've got to find where the issue is so they can resolve it. And because they don't know where the issue is, well, we're screwed. They can't track it down. This actually happened. It happened to my best friend for about 3 months, by the way. Three, not 4, 3. It happened for 3 months to them, where they had an individual in one town who had miswired his house. And when he would turn on his garage light, it would ground the internet connection in his house, which would send static like crazy up to the node control, which would then branch out to everything on that node system.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it took him 3 months to find it, because it would only happen when he turned on his light. And so they had to track it down. This is the nature of some of these issues with this. They're trying to track this down. They're trying to find where it is. They're doing line surveys. They're looking for it. It seems to happen more in the mornings than in the evenings. So it's not even it's not a traffic limit. It's not an overloaded node system. And the reason we know that is, well, because it's happening this time of the morning. 90% of people are not at home this time of the morning. They're at work. I work from home. And because of that, they know it's not the nodes overloaded. They know it's not a service issue like that. This is just a connection issue. It's the nature of the beast. And like I said, I wanted to at least do the first hour. We hoped we could muscle through it on Twitch. It's not happening. It could be, this could come back up. This could come back up in 20 minutes. It could come back up in 2 minutes. It could not come back up till noon. This is the nature of what we've had. The good news is, because it's only upload, we aren't completely and utterly stopped from using our internet. The bad news is it makes streaming completely and utterly impossible live. And the upload of the VOD is going to probably not happen until later in the day, just because this will be a complete and utter bear. But I wanted to go ahead and finish the hour so we at least had something to post on the VOD. Let everybody know I'm not giving up on streaming. I'm just, I gotta relax for a little bit and wait for this to get resolved. We will, I tell you what, watch the Twitch feed, or Twitter feed. I will post tomorrow morning if we're going to try to stream or not tomorrow. Because if I get up and I'm having these kind of issues first thing in the morning, which I wasn't this morning, that's why we went ahead and started the stream. I just won't bother with the stream for that day. If it's 7:30 my time, I start at 8 my time. If it's 7:30, quarter till 8, I'm seeing these kind of upload issues, I usually will just call the stream. So watch the feed, see what's going on. I am, in the meantime, going to log off of here now. Yeah, lovely upload speeds, even locally, of 0.29 megabits per second. I could stream, but I would have to stream at like 800 by 600 and kbit per second quality. It would be ugly. But then again, with this face, what's the difference, right? So, thank you all for coming out and hanging around. Sorry that the stream is ending early. Thank you for those watching the VOD. Sorry, we had a little bit of a topic. It's just, this is the nature of live streaming. Welcome to the joys of it. So, until tomorrow morning, watch the Twitter feed. Twitter is Uncle_Gamer. If you haven't followed it, follow it so you can keep track of what's going on. Watch the feed first thing in the morning around 8:30 to, well, okay, hold on. Yeah, around 8:30 to 8:45 Eastern. I will post if I'm not going to stream. So I'll give you some notice as much as I can. Until then, go play some games with some friends. Go have some fun. And until I see you all, hopefully tomorrow, game on.